Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Today at the Races at Laurel Park on this Kentucky Derby Day. Tim Tulloch alongside Keith Fusel. Happy Derby Day, my friend.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I wish we were down at Churchill Downs. No, good to be here at lovely Laurel Park. I think Naomi is down there representing the Maryland Jockey Club in fine fashion. So, I'm ready. Long day. This is a long day. You got to kind of manage your money the right ways, target your spots. We're dealing with some rain again in the area, kind of depressing outside. But you know what? We've got gambling in front of us, and that's the key.
It's not depressing inside. A lot of good spaces inside the Laurel Park Grandstand to enjoy our live races and, of course, all the action from Churchill Downs this afternoon. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. It comes up quick this year, and Mother's Day at the races here at Laurel Park, a nice lunch buffet from 12 to 5. Bring your mom out, enjoy some races. Nice 8-race card tomorrow. Go to laurelpark.com for more information. Keith, we've got a big card to get to, so let's get rolling with race number 1. This is for fillies and mares 3 and up, which have never won three races, going 3/4 of a mile, claiming price $10,000. We'll start with your top pick. That is the one. We do know the racetrack's sloppy. We don't really have to go over that. The racetrack's sloppy. We are off the turf. So no turf today. Racetrack is sloppy and will remain sloppy all day long. You have the one on top. Lambo, a lady for Carlos Mencia. Gina Vello gets the call. Improved effort at this level in her most recent race, and she's cut out to handle this type of racetrack.
That's the key. I'm reaching here a little bit. We've got a couple scratches. Scratch the 4 and the 5. They were going to take some play. I kind of like Thea's theme as the speed, but you know what? Lambo lady needs to break. Going to be an okay price in a short field. If we break, we go. She's had issues out of the gate, but you're talking about off-track breeding. It's there. There's nobody with any super speed. She's shown it on occasion. Everything hinges. Get out of the gate and go as fast. Because yesterday we saw speed was king. It was dominant. The inside part of the racetrack played pretty well. I think you needed to kind of be inside and speed yesterday. We'll see if it holds true again this afternoon. There's a little price play to get you started.
Yeah, and Thea's theme came out because she was declared a winner from that November 26th race after entries came out, so she's not eligible for the conditions anymore. I have the 6 dial Emma Riley on top. Carlos Mencia's other entry just missed in her last race with a lifetime best. She's 2 for 4 on the board. On and off track. She's had to work since that last race. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. Keith, you did a ticket. How did you play this one? How did you maneuver this early pick 4 ticket?
We whittled it down to a single. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7 to get you started. I really, these first couple races got me baffled, so I'm going to spread there in the second, third race with the 1, 3, and 5. I like Dixieland Dancer off the claim as the inside speed. Race 4, 1 and 3. And upsetter day, the music died. We know this guy has run big on occasion. He can handle an off-track. Certainly the horse to beat, Beverly Park, will be rolling from the rail. Wrap it up. There it is, Texas Basin. We got a stat for Ness later on. $15, very affordable. We got, like I said, we got to manage our money. We got to kind of steadily get through things, and then hopefully we catch a hit here at Laurel. We can kind of run it up even further down the road to Churchill.
Yeah, you left the Wolfman off in race 4, and you left Reassured off in race 5. I mean, Texas Basin does look quick. We'll get to those races here in a moment. Race 2 is a maiden $16,000 event going 1 mile on the main track. And you have the 4 Rational Millennial on top for Jose Corrales, coming off a decent effort. Look, got beat 11 lengths, but that was a runaway winner in hot-looking Roy that day. First off the claim for Corrales, and has a positive race on and off track.
I don't think this is a real reach in here, stepping up off the claim. I know you're seeing recent stats not great, but going back further, first-time trainer change the crowd has been okay. Harper's Due was my top selection until I saw 2 for 39, second off the claim the last couple of years for Mr. Saray. So that kind of got me a little bit off kilter there. But I think Harper's Due doesn't need to be rushed like he was last time. Take a rating hold and make a move on. Maybe they'll tweak the blinkers. That was first-time blinkers last time.
Right. He gets back down to this maiden 16 level. Good second-place finish over the mud 2 back the day that Saray claimed this one. I have the 7 Hudson Canyon on top for Claudio Gonzalez. Big days for Claudio Gonzalez, Jamie Ness, and Brittany Russell. We'll get to that later, but really good, tight race for the trainer. the trainer standings here and the leading trainer, because this meet ends tomorrow. But Hudson Canyon, this will be the second time for Claudio Gonzalez. The first time for Claudio was a good positive effort. Only got beat 3 lengths, and we're pretty good. Claudio, second time off this type of layoff. As we move to race 3, this is a non-winners of 2 lifetime event, claiming price $16,000, going the 1-turn mile. We're going to start with the 1 Dixieland Dancer. First off the claim for Michael Simone, a gate-to-wire win when breaking his maiden in his last start. Look, he gets out of the 1 hole going a mile. He could take this field a very, very long way.
I think she can. Look, again, Special Freedom's got some speed. She's shown it in the past, but she has some gait issues as well. So if she misses the beat and the Dixieland Dancer comes away cleanly, I think she's gone in this field. I think she can control it up front. She's very eager. I like the comment, Bill. Who, he's very tough when he sees these horses, and to really give a good complimentary comment there. He goes eagerly drew away. He doesn't dole it out too often. Caught his eye, was running strong, 7/8 out to a mile. No issues for me here. We've seen Simone. This trainer has had a couple recent claims improve in figures, 10, 15 points. She doesn't have to improve much. I like her down inside.
I have the 3 Humming the Funk on the top for Hammy Smith. Jamie Rodriguez rides. This one stretching back out, gets down to a favorable level. Ran for the $25,000 starter in her last start. Back to this 2 lifetime for 16. The 2 previous, her last 3 races, by the figures, they're good enough. They can get it done.
Yeah. I mean, and she's got that grinding style. We know she can get the distance. Unfortunately, DQ 2 races back. Should have been through the condition. But, she'll be charging at the leaders certainly by the time they hit the top of the stretch. Martha Rita first off the claim. A quick turnaround. How much time did she, did she need a little bit more time to make a jump? Kieran's just going great guns right now. Ran all right last time. Just kind of a steady progression up the inside. Was able to run pretty good against the bias 2 races back.
Yeah, we have a quick video spotlight on Martha Rita from her last start, April 29th, where she runs a good second, closing from pretty far back. Yeah,
pretty far back. Now, is she going to get this kind of battle, up front like she did this particular day? And I thought she might be able to get the job done. Gets the bob for second. Down inside, left lead, finally switches over, coming to the 8th pole. And just, a grind. And that's what kind of takes these mile races, the conditions, the 2 in life at 16 and 10. Put yourself in position by the time they hit the top of the stretch. I don't want to see her 5 out of it at the 8th pole. She's not getting there in that position. She's got to be closer once they hit the top of the stretch.
Well, we go a mile today. She did break her maiden going a mile and 70. We've got that long stretch here to the second wire when you run this 1-turn mile at Laurel Park. Race 4 is a starter allowance, $5,000. And this is an interesting race. First of all, we've got to start going 3/4 of a mile. We have to start with the 1 Beverly Park. We're going to go back and look at his race from March 25th right here at Laurel Park. You see him. He's turning for home. He's in front, and he just gives way late.
Yeah, a little hiccup at the gate. You see that broke out and bump. Maybe just wasn't quite as sharp. It needed that extra little bit of energy to get position and get to the front, and that certainly could have cost him this, right? It probably cost him a nose, Tim.
But Military Hop, remember, he was in very, very good form. Would come back and win a couple more races after that. So that was a horse that was in good form. But look, you can't argue against his form or his durability. He will be making his 13th start this year. This is old school. Race him. Race them more, train them less. Anyone who's played sports, what's harder, the practices or the games?
Right.
The practices are always harder, but also good on a track with moisture. He's going to be tough to beat, especially if he gets away. You like the day the music died, and why not? This one's 3 for 4 on the off going, can fire a big figure in the mud. Yeah,
did the right thing. In for the waiver. Caught an easy spot. Pad the bankroll a little bit. Can move up off of that. His couple work since are encouraging. As you said, this is a guy who's running big against good horses. Okay, where she told me to go about this. I like the company the day the music died has kept. If he's kind of getting back right, I know he's 7, he's got a chance to upset the apple cart, because if Wolfman can force the issue a little bit, Beverly Park is the speed. Even Rockefeller's has got some speed.
Yes, Rockefeller's got speed.
I think Day the Music Died, the way the track played yesterday, roll up that rail, then work out a trip from there, and might put a little upset.
The Wolfman, this would be fourth off the claim for Rudy Sanchez-Solomon, getting better since the claim. And I think this is a perfect draw for him because he can lay off a little bit of speed and keep coming.
No doubt. This horse has really improved. Recent numbers strong. Had some adversity last time. Did ride the wave of the racetrack to get up. You wanted to be where he was, but certainly. And Rockefeller's,
what a good old campaigner. And he showed in his last start that he still got it. That was a big race while running second in his last race. And I like the fact that he kind of came off the pace a little bit. He's getting a little older. It's hard for him to go that fast all the way around there. As we move to race 5 kicks off the Rainbow Pick 6 on our 10 race card this afternoon. Callie Francois put together a ticket for the Rainbow Pick 6, and this is how she plays it. $43.20 ticket. She goes 3 deep in race 5. She uses a 3, the 6, and the 11. She singles in race 6 on the 1. Know How I Know for Rudy Sanchez-Solomon and Javion Toledo. Race 7, 3, 4, and 5. Race 8, she uses the 7, 9, and the 11. Spreads in race 9. She uses a 4, the 5, the 6, and the 7, and 3 and 5 in the 10th to close out her Rainbow Pick 6. $43.20 ticket. Race 5 does come off the turf. Will be contested at 1 1/8 on the main track. And we're going to start with the 3, Texas Basin for Jamie Ness. We're going to go back and look at his last race right here, April 21st at the Laurel Park. And we're going to pick it up out of the gate.
Yeah, and ran into some sharp horses in this particular race. Watch this out of the gate. A little bump, a little squeeze-o for Texas Basin. And I tell you, took a little bit out of him right there. I tell you, this horse made a good run. I mean, 8 out of it down the backside, steady progression, only beaten, 3 3/4 when it's all said and done. Like I say, ran into some good horses. What does it take? That's Kieran off the claim, has improved. Just in the nick of time, has been holding steady progress. Look at this. Once he gets out, it really levels off nicely. I think the final 1/8 of a mile, number improved.
Yep.
We've got a stat here. This is what Ness wanted. They wanted this race, targeting the weather, to come off the turf. They've got it. Last 3 years on the dirt, 14 for 35. How about that? 40%. Second off the claim, off a top fig. That's what you get. $1.87 your ROI. Not the strongest of ROIs, but you know what? Very tough to deny out of your exactas and your multi-race wagers.
No doubt about that. And anybody who follows the races knows that Ness horses get a little bit better. They progressively get better off of a claim, hence that big second off the claim stat there. I like the 6 Reassured, and the more I looked at the 6 Reassured and the track we're going to get, the more I liked by Bandbox out of an Unbridled Song. Bred to absolutely relish this off sloppy going, a lifetime best in his last race, and getting a little class relief this afternoon out of that state bred A other than.
I thought a little bit more speed might stay signed on. Bartolino now looks like the key speed with Prairie coming out. But yeah, that jump up in numbers. And the first time this horse hooked and off track, I believe, was first time gelding. Has improved since. This horse is going to move up. Bandboxes are just huge on the off track.
Out of an Unbridled Song there. I mean, they love that sort of surface. We need to take a little break.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll talk about the second half of our card. Well, certainly over the next 24, 48 hours, Keith, we're going to find out a lot more who might be coming to visit us in Baltimore in 2 weeks for the Preakness Stakes. If you haven't got your tickets, please do.
Yes.
It's always a big party. I think it's going to be a really, really big party this year. everybody gets to come back.
Oh, yeah. And I was wondering, after Secret Oath, as much as Lucas likes coming to Baltimore, do you think we might see the Philly?
He loves
Preakness?
coming
What do
to
you think?
Baltimore. I think there's a better than 90% chance he comes to Baltimore.
Okay.
He loves coming
right.
here. A lot of the horsemen do like coming to Preakness. It's a good time, and we really try to look after all the horses and horsemen when they get to Charm City, Baltimore.
They
We
love
can't
the
wait.
hospitality. I know
Absolutely.
that. Year in and year out.
Absolutely. Race 6, 3-year-old, 7/8 of a mile, claiming price $16,000. Starting with our top pick. This is a 3 money code. Claudio Gonzalez. He could have a big couple days here and make a big impression on the trainer's title here. But first off, the claim for Claudio turns back with 2 works. We've seen this song and dance before. This is what he does well. A slight freshening, a couple works. Here they come back. This is his MO.
Yeah, the reclaim here. You like that.
Yep.
You reach back, grab this guy, and gonna need a little help, though. Some of the strong speed that was signed on is scratched. I thought Stronger Than Dex and Always Drinking were really going to supply an honest pace, a contested pace. Now it comes down to maybe the rail and gun hand. These guys have faced each other a couple times, have kind of contested the issue. But, got a rider here in Bracho who's live, who's been winning some races. I think, again, he's got to save every bit of ground. He's going to have to make it's kind of a longer, sustained run. I think he's capable here, along with no money down. Horse that's a little tricky to ride, like the finish that he brought last time at 6.
I like no money down a little bit. I'm just concerned about the 7/8. The 7/8 of a mile has not been a friend to him. The one Know How I Know for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. This is Kelly Francois' single on her Rainbow pick 6, turning back for Rudy off a decent try and a winner at the distance over the slop last January, this past January.
He looks like the one now that's going to just take all the initiative inside and should hang around for a piece, even with some pressure, if he gets it.
Race 7, 3-year-olds and up, which haven't won a race in 6 months or never won 4. We're going to start with our top pick. This is the 5 Zorb for Anthony Ferrier. We're going to look at his race from April 14th. And we're going to pick this up midway through the turn, Keith.
Yeah, 9-1. 9-1 on Mr. Ferry. That was a big price. I was against Orb this day because I've never really seen Orb do this. It's been a while, right? Kind of prompting a pretty good pace, 22-4-46 flat, but was very comfortable. The 14th of April. Yes, 3-4 wide. It's kind of where you wanted to be for the most part. But this guy got along perfect with William Humphrey. Steady progression, hits the top, goes away by 4 and change. After watching the Charlestown, maybe just wasn't comfortable up there. A couple subpar tries at Charlestown. But he brings this back or anything close to it with an off-track breeding there to go with it. Yeah, I think.
A big, long-striding horse. He may just not like Charlestown. And his races before he went on that break in October of last year, those were nice races, including one going 5.5 furlongs on a sloppy track where he ran his lifetime best that day. So that's certainly not going to hurt him. You have a Mucho Mas Grande in the mix here. And when I first saw it, I went, and then I looked farther and deeper. I went, well, guess what? This is a first time for Robin Grant. She's limited amount of starters, but she's 40% first time in her barn. And he's got the back races are there with the figures.
Yeah, you've got some horses that are going to chase a little bit. Just pick one, maybe Degas. Degas is never really – I was surprised to stay in because his off-track races haven't been good. But, man, he's got speed to be a factor because there's not a lot of speed in here, so maybe he stays around. But I've just seen this a couple times within the last month or two. First time Robin Graham, these horses have come back to their form. A little freshening, a couple works over the racetrack. Favorite with a long shot. That's how we're going to play the exact.
Exactly. We'll keep our eye on race 7 just in case any late scratches occur. Race 8 comes off the turf. Originally scheduled for 1 mile and 16th on the grass. This one will be run the 1-turn mile on the main track. We're going to go to the outside and check out our top pick. That is the 11 Glow City for Rudy Sanchez Solomon. Javion Toledo gets the call. His last race 2 starts ago, going long, the maiden special weight level. Hey, that was a good effort. Gets an off track. for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, looking at that, it's proven to be okay at the distance. Unadulterated, the two-back try, that was a Russell Firster that really ran lights out of 72, winning Beyer. Yeah, Sanchez off the claim key for me, but this barn better hit heat back up. They've been chilly. They've been chilly the last 30 days. I think that stat was 3 for 34. It was not good. It was not encouraging. I'll give it a shot here, though, first off the claim, to kind of stalk and move on with it. But I think you're going to have to deal with that's a superstar in Gio Maria.
Yeah, Gio Maria coming off second start of her career. Wasn't a bad first-time out effort, stretching to the mile today, getting it off track. Bodie Meister, that's okay.
Yeah.
On top, excuse me, I'm wrong. Ghost Zapper underneath, and might be okay for Jose Corrales making her second start. Good figure, first time out. Race 9. This is the feature of the day. This turns into a nice race, Keith. I think you go in a whole bunch of different directions. This is a state-bred allowance race going 5.5 furlongs. We are both on actually, no, you are on the 6 Royal Thunder. This one's in very, very good form since Hugh McMahon had claimed this one. Ran into a very good Bear Force 1, who is my best bet of the day tomorrow, I believe. He's a major player in this race. I agree, and he's been good on off tracks.
Like the draw, scratch the 2 Commanding General, who I thought was going to be a pace factor to the inside of him. I think he's going to get some heat from 7 on the Rocks, who really had a tough trip last time out, was never comfortable. He runs fast early. He runs hard early. He runs hard late. He tries. He just hooked a couple better horses last time. Bear Force 1. Our threes will sit and try to sit the trip. But I think this guy with Ovelo is there from start to finish.
Nice win over the Slop last January with a good figure. I do have a lot of hope on top for Jerry Robb, Xavier Perez, as always. We have a video of this horse. This is on January 1st. This race was on the Slop, first level allowance condition, going 5.5 furlongs, ran his lifetime best this particular day. Beat pretty nice horses in Captain Candy and Hefner also.
Yeah, and did not have the most comfortable of trips. Was up, had to take back a little bit, and then worked out a trip to get it done. You know, you see the number, topped out at a 75 this particular afternoon on a track that kind of looks like what we're going to be dealing with right today. But a lot of hope. This is a distance that hits him right between the eyes. He's going to jump up, take on older horses, but he's fresh. I think he's got to make a move again. Rob Barn, like Sanchez, a little light lately the last couple of weeks, but he kind of brings this back, that stalk and pounce move. He's going to be tough. Yeah. I'm just going to go for the speed in here with Royal Thunder, 7 on the Rocks again to force the issue. I think he's going to get the clean trip today.
The 5 all threes. Again, coming out of the Bear Force 1 race, but had been dropping out of the 2 other thans previously. That's a horse I had on top last time. This one could come back and run a little bit better. 1 for 2 on and off track. Race 10, now we're at 2 lifetime, 5,000, mile and 16th, main track. We're going to start with our top pick, and that is the 5 Ice Rain for Hugh McMahon. Gino Vello gets a riding assignment, drops back down to his level of success 3 races ago. 2 lifetime, 5,000, just missed.
And I was sitting on a lot of money with this guy last time. I think it was a late
no
pick,
hard feelings.
Late pick 4 or late pick 5. There were some expletives set up in the press box, but you know when that tuition
we don't
bill
have a 7-second delay here.
You need an extra, $500 or $600. But yeah, just never got comfortable down inside. Tried to make a move, took back, and was dead flat. In here, I hope he just kind of sits outside of Plonda, relaxes, and goes on with it, looking in the rearview mirror for Narmer.
Narmer should be coming, blinkers on, dropping to a lifetime low.
Yeah.
That does our live card for this afternoon. It's time to move on to a very exciting lightning round.
Yeah.
And I sincerely meant a very exciting lightning round because we have a great trainers race going down to the wire here for the Spring Meet Laurel Trainers title. Brittany Russell went 1 up on Jamie Ness yesterday, 2 up on Claudio Gonzalez. Over the next 3 days.
That's what I wanted to know.
Here we go.
Okay.
Over the next 3 days, they have 13 runners combined. 3 runners for Brittany Russell. They're all live. 4 runners for Ness. 2 of the 4, I think, are live. 5 of the 6 for Claudio, I think, are really live. Of the 13 combined runners, 10 of them are 4-1 or better on the morning line.
Okay.
This is why these guys are the leading trainers. They run their horses where they belong. They know how to win races. So depending if Claudio Gonzalez goes on a roll, it might just be the same old story. Ness and Russell are going to have to hold their own over the next 2 days.
Is there any chance Kieran can jump up? How
look,
many stayed? He's hitting at a tremendous clip, but it might be just a little too much to overcome.
He's got
right.
3 in today. I think he scratched 1.
Okay.
But and I didn't look for he as in tomorrow. Bad me. But the
no. But he's right. But in numbers, right. A couple of these guys are going to have a hiccup on Brittany, Jamie, Claudio. They're probably going to get a couple there.
Claudio's done for it. He doesn't want to give up the throne, but Ness and Brittany Russell would like to take it over, no doubt about it. Jockey standings, not as interesting, but we'll take a look at it anyway. Barbosa's on top. Javier Antolino picked up 2 wins yesterday to close in on Mr. Barbosa, but Mr. Barbosa is serving some time in jockey jail, so he's done here at the meet. Look, if Brittany Russell's live and a couple of these guys are live, Javier Toledo's live, so he'll be Barbosa will be very lucky to hang on to the trainer to the riding title here at the meet. Keith, let's talk about some Derby. I've been looking forward to this for a while. It took me a while to sort this thing out. And let's check out how we look at this year's Kentucky Derby. We're going to start with your top of pick in here. This is the 1 Mo Donegal. I really liked his race in the Wood Memorial. We're going to take a look at that race right now. Ran a good figure that day and a lifetime best. And the inside draw won't be an issue for him. Not at all, I don't think.
I don't think, unless somebody just come right over on him and put him out of commission early. But this is a guy who's handled a little adversity. 2 races back is where he kind of really caught my eye. Trouble, stymied, rallied into that shorter stretch on a track you can't finish well on, and he was rolling at Gulfstream. Don't let the running line kind of fool you there. And then he does this. One of my favorite angles, running down loose leaders, and loose leaders that are pretty good horses in early voting, right? He does this. Great ride, sat a great trip inside, but still giving up that much and the determination to get there. The one thing is, I've called a lot of Derby charts. I've been down there with the team. You have to be there by about the 3/16 pole. Sure. You go back and look at I don't know how many. You go back. The leaders at the 8th pole. I mean, most of the time they're in front. You don't see that horse make the run from the 8th pole home to get the horses, nip them at the wire. He's got to make that kind of a sweeping move or work through traffic from the 3/8. I do think there is enough speed in here. We talk about it, that the edge has been to speed in the Derbies. He or Zandon, I do think one of these two, I'm going to key around them. They have to be 1-2 for me to do anything because I'm going to key them top and bottom in exactus.
Mo Donegal is breaking from the rail. It's a new gate there, so there's a lot more space down toward the inside. However, he does have gate issues. I mean, he has 4 of his 5 lifetime starts. He has not gotten away well. He just has to get away okay. And in a 20-horse field, you don't want to stumble on out of there. You'll have a lot of work to do. I have the 3 Epicenter on top for Steve Asmussen. Joel Rosario gets a call. I thought this was a big win in the Louisiana Derby. We're going to take a look at that right now. Every single race's horse has just gotten a little bit better, but I love this race. And keep in mind, fans, this race was going a mile and 3/16, and he just did. This is pretty unprecedented, I think. That this is the first year it ran a mile and 3/16. I think this was great. He can get the distance. Best lifetime fig 102.
Yeah, if you want to pick him apart, the only thing is there he drifted in a little bit, but kind of steadily hand-ridden. One little, left-handed ass to keep him straight. The knocks, I guess you could give. He rode the best part of the racetracks and controlled things at the fairgrounds, but he's handled the distance. You go back, and I got fooled a little bit by him. I went back and watched his races again. He looked like he always had something left in the tank, too. So, and Asmussen, I know the confidence. They asked him, what he say? Are you surprised you weren't the morning line favorite? He goes, I'm going to be surprised if I don't win it. He's brimming with confidence, as he should be, I guess. 102 buyer fig. Yeah, he'll have to be used a little bit to get position, though. I mean, I don't think things are going to set up as easily through the opening quarter,
Sure.
3/16 of a mile, as he's had down at the fairgrounds.
No, but it was a 9-horse field, and he did lay off a little bit
Yep.
in that race, so he's shown the ability to do it. But a good draw, he can get himself in position. We have to talk about the 7 Crown Pride coming in from Japan. Won the UAA Derby. Hey, look, this horse has been the talk of Churchill
Yes.
Downs all week long. Old school preparation for this race, which I loved. Work a half a mile on Tuesday. Was that the 4th? Wednesday? Old school preparation. These guys, the Japanese, have been taking down a lot
Yes.
of big races around the world. They have methodically, slowly built their stock up, and it would not surprise me if this horse finds the winner's circle this afternoon. You have the 12 in the mix also. That is Taba coming out of the Santa Anita Derby.
Yep.
Big effort that day, going a mile and an eighth.
Yeah. Do I like the way he's been handled? No, not particularly. I mean, but you can't take away the talent factor that this guy has. And if he runs big, he may want to go find a spot to lay down again. But, I mean, he is shorter field. He went by, and he had something left again. Messier was highly regarded. Forbidden Kingdom kind of spit the bit in that race. Mike Smith, we know he knows how to navigate his way around Churchill Downs. Yeah, I'll toss him in there. Maybe he comes up a little short, but the talent is certainly there. From a morning line standpoint, I had him at 12. It's a tough job. If it were Baffert, I'm sure they would have lowered him a little bit, and maybe that's what the people, really think. You look at the doubles, right, from the Oaks Secret Oath to the Derby. Lataiba is second choice behind Epicenter. Zandon is up, Modonegal's up, so the money certainly has come in on Taiba.
Zandon's going to have to get away. Can't not get away in a big 20-horse field. A couple races where he hasn't gotten away the best.
But he's another one. I mean, that acceleration he was able to show after being kind of stalled last time at Keeneland, he's getting better and better and better. I know that I'm hoping I see 22:45 and some change goes up on the board, because I know Zandon and Modonegal, they will be loaded. They've got a strong 3/8 running them. They can make it. Other horses to use underneath, because I'm going to key those two in exacta boxes. In the Derby, you've got to spread 6 or 7 horses. Crown Pride will go in there. Messier will go in there. Maybe a Simplification, a Cyber Knife. Charge It's an interesting horse. Lightly raced. Really kind of looked a little green last time it picked it up. Dave Robin likes this guy. He's been training well down there. He caught his eye in the mornings. Simplification is a horse that Mike Welsh, I really respect his opinion year in and year out, and watching what he does down there in Kentucky, seeing these horses work. He's giving good remarks for Simplification, Charge. But great race. I mean,
It's a great race.
I'm going to stick with my top 2. Key around them, because the value is always there in the Derby.
There you have our analysis on today's Kentucky Derby. Hope you have a great day here at Laurel Park. Stay with us all the way to the end. Great places in this plant to watch the Kentucky Derby amongst all your friends, and maybe a couple cocktails along with it, and have a good time.
Take care of all your servers, all your bartenders, you name it. Enjoy the day. Everybody have a safe day, and go make some money. We got it.
Dave Rodman up next with Scratches and Changes.
Good luck.